Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 31st. We're just going to jump right in here. You start off with this retail card. It says, start a retail business selling products or services. If you have an idea in mind, you have the green light to go for it. There you go. You have this business card as well. And this business card says, expect to have an amazing boost up the business ladder, elevate your awareness, and think bigger if you want different results. So it's time to think big, especially in work or business. But, this is a general reading, so could be for any other area of your life that you want to improve. You have the King of Wands, Six of Pentacles, and the Lovers. This could be a business person coming in for you in love as well. The King of Wands is like the entrepreneur in the tarot. So there could be a strong business connection or a person who has strong business connections coming in for you. Could be love, definitely could be a fire sign. I'm pretty sure every single reading I do for you, you have a fire sign coming in. So wouldn't surprise me, Gemini, at all. This could also be a better path or better opportunity, but I feel you need to see it. Lovers traditionally was a card of being at a crossroads, having a decision to make, or, having some sort of choice to make in life. I always say that, with the Lovers, usually the new choice, the new path is the correct choice. And you even have the, Ace of Wands here, and the Ace of Wands would be like a new beginning, out with the old, in with the new type of energy. So, I feel like there could be a new opportunity coming in for you, but it's like a new path. I also feel that it could have to do with stepping into the unknown. You have the Moon here. The Moon is a little bit unknown, of course. It is a little bit of a card of like mysteries and secrets and, kind of like fantasies as well. But I feel like you need to trust this right here. Every single person this week has either had the King of Wands or the Queen of Wands. So, it seems to me like it's a time for people to be bold, assertive, to really go for what they want. King of Wands, he's very bold and assertive, very courageous. He just, sets his mind to something, or he says that he wants to accomplish something, and that's it. He makes it happen. So, I feel that for a lot of you that, kind of embracing that energy, especially if you're picking a new path here, going this direction or this direction. You have that Nine of Wands. And that Nine of Wands in between this and this is really telling me that, it's almost like you could be trying something again. I don't think this is a person coming back from the past or anything. Again, I think this is much bigger picture. I think this is, like if it's love, you're trying love again, but it's like a new person, Same thing with like work or business. It's like maybe you've been ready to kind of give up, but, what I would say here is that you're like not giving up. That Nine of Wands says, don't give up. Keep pushing, keep trying. Don't stop now. The Six of Pentacles says you just haven't figured out exactly what to try yet. Six of Pentacles I look at as a card of as planting seeds, putting energy into something, seeing what you get back from it, and then going from there. So it's like experimenting. And I do feel also the Nine of Wands is my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So, it's an energy of experimentation, trying new things. Of course, you show up here as a lover, so even outside of love, this just puts you in a position of power and strength. Like, it's just putting you in a good position in this reading is kind of what I feel like it's saying. I really don't feel like it's saying anything other than, that you are showing up in a very strong position in this reading. So, love it. With the King of Wands, what do you know? You have the Queen of Wands. Yes, definitely a very strong connection. You even have the Knight of Cups, which could be a knight in shining armor. You have the Four of Wands, which could be marriage. So, some sort of mysterious connection here could lead to marriage. Maybe it's just mysterious because you're not sure. It kind of looks to me like something that just has potential. The High Priestess, is a card of potential. So it's like one of those things where you could meet a person, there's a lot of potential, maybe you can see the potential, but it's just potential. Maybe you've fallen for potential before in the past, like a person who has great potential, but they just do nothing with it, right? So I kind of see that going on this direction. But what I would say to you is, again, you have the Moon, which is mysteries. You have the High Priestess, which is mysteries. I feel like you need to, again, trust the evidence. I think this is true for everyone. I think that we all really need to focus on not just like what the potential, but like, what does the evidence say? And here's the thing. You have the Eight of Pentacles here in the area of the good stuff. So the Eight of Pentacles would tell me that this person does the work. So again, trust the evidence if you're meeting a new person. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Cups. Again, a lot of this fantasy thing going, it cracks me up when this happens. It's like I knew exactly the direction this reading was going, when I started it. It has to do with like a fantasy. You have the High Priestess and the Moon. That's Pisces energy, but, I'm cheating a little bit here, but if we look at the astrology, Neptune and Pisces, we buy into this fantasy. We come up with fantasies in our heads, and we can make, the thing with Neptune and Pisces is we can actually make those fantasies a reality if we put the work in, if we do what we need to do to bring it down to earth. It usually has to do with, it's quite simple with Neptune and Pisces. We either have to challenge some sort of traditional belief, meaning we have certain beliefs that we were either raised to believe or, that we just grew up believing, could be things about ourselves, or we have to challenge some sort of fear. The Moon card right there, the Moon has mountains in the background, which is an achievement, but if we face the fear with the Moon, then we get the achievement, right? And so again, there's something that you have been fantasizing about that needs to be created in the real world. Your reading is very simple. And, just saying the readings have been so like direct, straightforward for like every single sign this week. It's pretty crazy, but, very direct, straightforward energy. It's kind of funny as well. We have two retrogrades, in the month of August, basically. Venus and Mercury will be going retrograde at the end of the month, the 23rd. But sometimes I find that during retrogrades, there can actually be a lot of clarity. And it makes sense because, we can be revisiting things, ideas we've had, and bringing clarity to the things that we are revisiting. And, that's what this looks like to me. Very powerful. Good stuff. Again, this is a good reading. With the Lovers, you have the Devil. I would avoid toxic past people, of course. And again, I do feel this is saying, like, don't ignore someone's toxic traits either. If someone isn't right, they're not right. Don't try to make something fit just because you don't want to be alone. That's kind of like the energy that I get here. But I also get good vibes here. You could be meeting a Capricorn. I'm pretty sure the last reading I did for you, you also had a Capricorn showing up. So there you go. Next, in the area of what you need to hear right now, you have this unexpectedly card. I cannot say that word. And it says, a sudden turn of events. Don't make hasty decisions. You have this card that says, not worth waiting for. And it also has a lightning bolt type thing on it. And it says, waiting to live life is not worth it. There will never be a better time. Yes, I've been saying this for years now. Everybody gets the Three of Wands. In readings, it comes up all the time, except your reading because I'm trying to prove a point. But, everybody gets it. And Three of Wands is like, what are you waiting for? It says there never will be a perfect moment for you to do something. So both these cards are basically saying, don't wait on, some sort on creating, heaven on earth, right? Your own version of heaven on earth. This could be anything. And again, I know that sounds dramatic, but, it's almost like this reading is saying there is, again, a fantasy, something that would really excite you, something that you would love. Doesn't even have to be love, just something you would love. Could be a goal, wish, dream, person, all of that together. And it's saying, don't wait, get started now. You have the Five of Cups. Again, we're entering into a time of co-creation, I believe. We're leaving competition behind, entering into this time of co-creation. So there's more co-creative energy. So what the hell does that mean? It means that there's going to be more competition, right? Because why? Why does that happen? Because the universe is like, no. Is everybody going to fall for the trap of competition? Or are people going to realize that they can just work together and, get things to work? Or people, it doesn't even have to involve working together. We can just choose not to take part in competition. It's like, I don't really have any good examples, but it's like YouTube, right? There are so many rules on YouTube, but for every rule on YouTube, there's someone that breaks it. I talked about how I'm in this high-level YouTube group, and there's one kid in the group who does like 2-hour-long videos and gets millions of views. So it's like the rule on YouTube is like 13 minutes or, whatever the hell the rule is this month, right? But he totally breaks the rules. So it's like there's always someone that will break the rules. But you know what? He doesn't care. It's like he doesn't care in a good way. He just creates things that he wants to create. He really puts his heart and soul into it as well. It's like you can't just, on YouTube, you can't just like, create something and hope that it does well. He puts in the work, right? But he also, it's like the place that he's doing it from. It's coming from, I really don't know. It's coming from somewhere else, right? He's pulling the stuff out from like his heart. I can really see it. And, I feel like that's what's going on here with the Five of Wands. It's like saying, yeah, there might be a million people doing what you want to do, but it's like, what is the place that it's coming from inside of you? Because I feel like it's a different place, Gemini. It's like if you're coming from a different position for whatever reason, I feel like this is going to make you very successful. Same thing in love as well, going like this way. It's like you might be interested in a person where there's a lot of competition for the person, but I feel like they just want, if you're attracting this person here, I feel like they just want someone who's kind, caring, like all those things. They're not looking for, the world here. They're not looking to receive everything. It's kind of a weird feeling I get off of that Knight of Cups. I feel you could literally be attracting a person where it's like you might look at this person and be like, oh my God, I have to give this person so much. But I feel like what they want is very little. And I don't even mean that in a bad way. I feel like they just have very few. It's like they just want someone who's kind, caring, like a good person, right? That's really all they're looking for. They're not looking for all these like fancy bells and whistles. Let's put it that way, right? So if this is love, but yeah, there's something here about needing to, realize that there is no competition, and you can choose not to take. I think where I was going with this, I'm going crazy today, but I think where I was going with this is that you can choose not to take part in the competition by just going for what you want. You have the Nine of Wands here. Yeah, this is definitely something that you've tried before. So, again, I do get second chance vibes on that card, but not like, again, as in a person from the past coming back or something. I feel it's a second chance to, get the thing that you wanted. You have the High Priestess. You're definitely going to have to trust your intuition. Again, I feel you really see the potential in something, but you're going to have to put more work in because, potential is just potential. You're going to have to really put the work in to make something happen is kind of what I feel here. There you go. Let's see. With the Five of Wands, you have the Justice card. Justice is cause and effect. So again, trust the evidence, as I say to everyone. We see that right here with the Eight of Pentacles. I kind of mentioned this at the beginning of the reading that you might be getting into a situation that you think is too good to be true. That's kind of what this reading is giving me. It's giving me those vibes where, it doesn't matter if it's a job, a business that you're starting, something that you're working on, or, some sort of fantasy that you think is too good to be true, or a person. I feel like what you need to do is just pay attention to this right here. Like what is the work that gets put into this, put into the situation? If it's a person, do they not only put in work into themselves, but do they put in work into you? If it's a business, same thing. It's like, are they actually creating results, or are there no results? Do they actually value their employees or not? I really feel you need to look deeper than just, kind of surface level. I hope that makes sense. That's what I'm getting. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Four Swords. Yeah, card of recovery here. The Four Swords is a person who's hoping and praying for blessings. There's that stained glass window on the Four Swords, and there's a person receiving a blessing from another person. And so there's like this fantasy we've been talking about is actually a reality, but I feel like it's part of the blessing you're hoping for. With the High Priestess, you have the Page of Swords here. I'm wondering if you already have your eye on this person here. You could be spying on a person here, Gemini. I'm totally calling you out. I don't know. I'm a Gemini moon. Is it a Gemini thing? I'm not sure. Sometimes I think it's a Pisces thing because I'm also a Pisces, but maybe it's also just a dual sign thing, right? Where we spy on people, but I don't know. I feel like you're totally spying on this person already, or you already have your eye on a person or something like that. Could be a person you work with. Next, in the area of the good stuff, the unexpected, you have this card that says, lessons in life will repeat until they are learned. Do not repeat a mistake with that devil either. Again, Venus retrograde, don't go back to the past. You have this card that says, realize you have all the qualities to be a leader. This is just about just doing it, like I said, the whole competition thing is really standing out. I wish I had a better way to verbalize it, but it's almost like you could just not take part in the competition. You could just go do something, and just by just doing it, you're gonna overcome the competition. It's such a weird, I don't know, it's like kind of bouncing back and forth in my head is kind of like, yeah, there's competition, but if you just go and do something, there is no competition. So I don't know, maybe you just need to get started. I hope that makes sense, but I really feel you could be seen as being a leader. I also feel this is saying, again, do not repeat a past cycle with that card. Again, you can do whatever you want. I'm not here to tell you what to do, as I always say. I don't think tarot should tell you what to do, but, I would definitely be careful there. You have the Moon, the Knight of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, this could be a person where there's a lot of passion with this person. Again, if you're meeting a person, it could be surprising. Again, the Moon could say you're not seeing things clearly up front, or you feel like it's a fantasy. Again, more fantasy right here with the Ace of Wands, kind of. Ace of Wands can just be desire. So you could be meeting a person being like, is this just lust, or, is there actually something more to this situation? So again, trust the evidence, like I said. The Knight of Cups is also a card of your dreams. He is normally looking into that cup and he is imagining his future reality. And you can see here he's in the desert, but there's water flowing in front of him. So the card itself says you could be in a situation where you feel like you don't have the resources necessary to manifest a dream, but if you got to work, you would actually manifest a dream. So, I feel for some of you, this is saying it's like time to get to work. You have the moon. Again, the moon to me is part of the fool's journey. Some people I feel read the moon as basically a card that says stop, but really it doesn't say stop. It says you need to go straight down the middle to these mountains. You can see this path here, and you need to accomplish your goals no matter what. These two pillars are kind of like a distraction to the fool. They're not really, but the two pillars kind of say to the fool, like, don't get off your path. You are very close to the end of your journey. And so don't change course now. They're kind of like a warning. They're saying, like, keep going in this direction. Don't, sometimes I think when we're working on something for a long time and we don't see results as quickly as we want, we're like, oh, I'll go, do something else. I feel like this is saying, no, stay on the course you're on. It's like you have the right ideas in life, but you just need to keep pushing forward. You have the Ace of Wands. Again, we kind of talked about this. A lot of passion and desire going on here. So it seems to be like a very passionate week, by the way. Pretty much everyone has had like the King and Queen of Pentacles or one or the other. And then you even go down to the Ace of Wands. So again, there could be a very passionate connection coming in for you. With the Moon card, here you go. You have the Ten of Cups, true love. This could be a person. If this is love, this could be a person you have family with. But again, the Ten of Cups is your happily ever after. I really get, I don't want it to be like dramatic here, but I really feel you could be manifesting a fantasy here on Earth or like your heaven on Earth. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, definitely a lot of love. And again, following your heart. Remember what I said about that kid who it's like you can tell he puts his heart and soul into the things he does. And again, that's probably why he's not, I don't know, it's a hard thing to describe, right? It's like he's creating these long videos on YouTube, getting plenty of views, but that's not why he's doing it. You know what I mean? He's doing it because he wants to do it. It's like, you can try all day long to become successful on YouTube, and it's like, it's almost as if because you're trying, that's exactly why you're not going to be successful, right? And I know that's a mind effort, but, as someone who tries really hard to do stuff, I can tell you that it's like the less I try to make something successful and the more I just do this right here, the more successful I become. So, again, I think that's very true for you. I feel like it's saying if you could just do something and like don't try to be successful, just do it for the right reasons. I don't know, it's such a weird reading, but that's what I get here, right? And it'll make your life easier as well. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Two of Cups. This is going to be like, on fire, this connection. If this is love, I'm telling you right now, this is like a hot and heavy connection, something, with a lot of passion. So I feel this could be just a very passionate connection coming in for you. Two of Cups, as always, represents someone who's different than your usual type. Every single person gets the Two of Cups nowadays. I think, we're ending some cycles here astrologically over the next few years as well. And whenever we end big cycles, I think that things like love, it's almost like the archetypal energy can change, right? Or like the type of person we go go towards. When you think about it, we have a lot of generational changes as well. Pluto is generational and it's moving signs, at the end of this year, beginning next year. Neptune in 2025 will be changing signs, end of 2025 into 2026. So it's like whenever we have these like generational planets moving, I think that it can, affect the archetypal energy of things like love, for example. So again, it makes sense to me that the Two of Cups would be saying, hey, there's like a new type of person that you could be attracting into your life. Next, you have the Deer Spirit. It says, bring a gentle touch. And you have the Canary Spirit. It says, sing your own song. Again, that sing your own song card is reminding me of, again, operating from your heart, doing things just because you want to do them, not because of like what the competition is doing. Just do it and you'll be successful. This could be anything, business, love. Like I said, there could be a person in love. I feel, number one, don't put people on a pedestal. So you could see someone as like out of your league or whatever, but really they're not. And I feel like what they want is very simple. So if you have your eyes on a person, especially if you work with this person here, Gemini, there's like some sort of work connection here, especially with the Eight of Pentacles. It could be like you work with someone and it's like their friend or their brother or sister or something like that as well. Like there's some sort of connection here. to work or to what you do if you are looking for love. And I feel like this is saying like don't put them on a pedestal, and what they want is very simple. There you go. You have the Four of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, and the Death card. Four of Wands, of course, is marriage. So again, like I said, could be a person that you marry, could just be a very strong connection coming in for you here with this energy as well. Four of Wands is also a card of freedom, and I do feel that a lot of you could be working on financial freedom, or if you are working on something in general, like a business, career. You could even be retired and still working on something. I feel there could be a lot of financial freedom, but there is a need to focus. Again, we have the Moon here, the Eight of Pentacles. He's working diligently on the Eight of Pentacles, so I feel like you need to kind of keep your focus. It's like it's almost like you need to just keep moving forward. Like I said, don't allow like side things to distract you. Don't allow certain, especially if you're working on a project. There could be things in your peripheral vision that are like, oh, I'll go this direction. It's like, no, keep working to the end. You'll be successful. You have the Death card. The Death card, of course, is a major transformation. So I do feel there is a big transformation coming into your life. It'll change. Something is going to change your life here. With the Four of Wands, you have the Death card again. So a big change. Could be a Scorpio. It could be a water sign coming in for some of you. You do have water here. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Hangman. It could be a Pisces. You have 3 Pisces cards here. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Doesn't have to be. Could be any sign. And the Hangman could also say that you are gaining enlightenment on what you need to work on with the Eight of Pentacles. And, of course, this will make you much more successful. With the Death card, you have the King of Wands. Again, so, sorry, definitely could be a fire sign also coming in for you. Could be like fire with water, water with fire. Something like that, but definitely could be a fire sign coming in for you here. So this looks amazing. We're going to pull 5 main themes for you and see where this is going here for you. You have this Rat card. It says someone is working against you behind your back. You always get this or something similar. So again, I would avoid, I'd avoid past people or any toxic people in general. You have this Eagle. It says triumph over obstacles. So I feel like you're easily able to overcome obstacles at this time. You have this card that says new home, new attitude. What I would say is we are in a time of environment. Any change that you can make in your environment will lead to a lot of success. Rearranging your room, cleaning up your house, your apartment, whatever. Those types of activities will be very beneficial for you. Maybe you work from home. Maybe changing the location where you do work would be a good idea. Anything like that. You have this Butterfly. It says a change for the better. I think that's like the simplest way to put this reading, a change for the better, and you end with this Marriage card. So there you go. Again, people keep saying you don't do love readings. I'm like, I do whatever comes up readings, and clearly it's like I'm not gonna like come up with something just to make it fit so that it's not love. There's clearly love going on here. So if you don't want love, I gave you plenty of other examples as well as to what this could be, but definitely could be love. And again, if it's not love, you're just committing to something. I feel like you're committing to the fantasy, some sort of goal, wish, or dream fantasy that you have that's going to clearly be very successful. Again, let go of the competition. I feel like you just need to go for something. But pretty powerful reading here, Gemini. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.